Jordan Goldwire, the defensive specialist, a scoop and score. And that could be the spark Duke needs.
And that is the problem area for Boston College. Anytime you play against Duke, you must take care of the ball. That has been problematic for Boston College all season long.
In flashes, they just haven't put it together for a full 40.
Yeah, they haven't been able to close games out. They've lost some close games, and a big reason why is their turnovers. When they have not turned the ball over, as Coach Christian said, they have shown some really good flashes, but the turnovers continue to be an issue and problem area for Boston College.
Here's Rich Kelly. He's got a game-high 12. Takes it right to the rim. Rich Kelly, the Quinnipiac transfer, lighting it up. 14 of BC's 33.
And that's the problem right there. A dribble out. That's just a straight line drive, a guy blowing by somebody.
81 years ago tonight, Duke played its first game at what is now Cameron Indoor. The Blue Devils beat Princeton 36-27. There's the opening tip, knee pads and all. And we even dug up the program from 81 years ago. January 6th, 1940, a win against Princeton. How cool is that?
I mean, just you look at the history here, what was going on. 11 cents a gallon, the price of gas, and that tuition.
How about $250?
I mean,
is that for a year or for a day?
I mean, they're saying a year. That is just ridiculous. And it's just a special place. We've talked about this as you take a look at the steel.
Duke's first lead since it was 2-0.
And Jay, this place would be going crazy right now. And obviously, without fans, takes away a little bit of the luster, but
the turnovers have absolutely crushed Jim Christian's team all season. As you take a look at what they've done to this point, they've got 13 turnovers tonight, and the big problem is 11 of those 13 live ball steals from Duke, and it's led to 19 points off turnovers for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, really, that's the storyline for Boston College. Jim Christian, really, his team has shown some really good flashes against some tough competition. That really has been the one area, though, that has held them back and cost them games late in the second half.
Blue Devils off to an early lead, and Carter Witt, the quintessential young freshman, is in high school in December, and he's already got 2 field goals and an assist today. This is a remarkable story, Mike.
Yeah, he graduated from high school just a few weeks ago, and 5 days after that, a couple days before Christmas, he's practicing with Wake Forest. And you go from hanging out with your high school buddies to getting thrown right into the ACC fire. And Steve Forbes was saying to us that Carter Witt was walking off the court on Wednesday in Charlottesville with a little bit of a smirk on his face. And Steve Forbes asked him about it, and Carter said, well, you know, my high school, they played their first game tonight.
Blue Devils continue to try to apply the pressure.
There's a 3 from Jonah Antonio, and that's what he does. He's had 3 games this season when he's had 4 makes from long range.
Well, you cannot go behind the screen on him, and it doesn't matter how far away he is. He's going to catch it and pull the trigger. He's got a very, very quick release, and there's an
Herzlich, Blackman, and Cotter, Durham, North Carolina, Virginia Tech, and Duke all knotted up at 7. Look at the drive, 14 plays, 7.5 minutes off the clock, just what the doctor or the depleted defense needed for Virginia Tech. But the Hokies now trying to punch it in on 3rd and goal.
They don't want to take that risk twice, sending out their field goal kicker to punch this one through.
21 yards on the attempt for Brian Johnson. 16 straight.
For his deep ball, a lot of the touchdown passes that he had last week were kind of underthrown balls that the receivers came back and made good adjustments to. But if you want him to get consistent, those shots are not in his game.
Virginia Tech, and they end up picking up the first down on a lot more.
It really was. They saw the defense back in a cover 2. And good job by the offensive line. You see number 74, Doug Nestor, get out in front of the runner, as well as Christian Darrisaw. And anytime you get your offensive line up on the linebackers and safeties, you get good things happening in the run game. And Will Herbert capitalized on that last one.
Waters again. Waters just enough to knock Herbert off his balance a little bit and force him out of bounds. Otherwise, he was gone.
Yeah, what an addition he has been to this backfield for Virginia Tech.
42 yards on that carry gets Virginia Tech.
They only decided to rush 4 versus an empty look that Duke showed them. And the initial surge was stopped. But you see Jared Hewitt being that little bit of a quarterback spy, triggering when he knew Chase Bryce pulled the ball down. That is a fantastic stand by Virginia Tech's defense.
A game like this. And Justin Fuente has his workhorse back, and he's got a great change of pace back in Blackshear as well. He's got this running game going. I mean, 314 yards last week, over 300 yards this week.
Always love when you have offensive linemen participating in the celebration. Putting the baby powder in his hands and doing a little LeBron James. Tribute to the NBA playoffs, finals.
Look at that, look at those all-purpose yards.
That's out of control.
Instead, Florida, who does have 3 touchdowns this season.
And they line him up out of the backfield to hand him the ball as if he's a receiver on a reverse. And, Corey Gaynor just can't get out in front of him enough to pick somebody up. But you can see that there's clearly a desire by Rhett Lashlee to get, these freshman running backs as many touches as he can.
Early in the drive, but Duke has looked sharp so far. Staying on the ground once again, it'll be Jackson straight ahead. Deion Jackson will pick up 7 yards. So this is the best they have looked for any extended period so far tonight.
And, I'm sure that David Cutcliffe gave him
Florida, who had 8 sacks for the season. Coming in, Chaney darting off to the right side. Miami has just gone over 500 yards in total offense. But certainly our heart goes out to Chris Rumph at this point, and we'll hope to have more information for the network, his condition, but as Katie mentioned, carted off late in this game.
On the